So I'm here at the Paramount with Jackie Venson.
What's up?
I'm Zach Ernst, the music booker here, and I also book all the bands at Antone's. And I was introduced to your music there at Antone's through Susan, started getting you to play over there a few years ago. So it's fitting that our first Antone's Present show at the Paramount is your album release show.
There you go. It makes a lot of sense. It's like a full circle.
Yeah, so how did you get to know Susan, and what was your experience like getting started at Antone's a few years ago?
I actually met Susan on stage with George Clinton while dancing with his band. Well, she met me. I didn't know she was in the audience. But she told me that she automatically took a camera out and started filming it. She's like, this is crazy. And she had actually heard about me maybe 2 or 3 days before from Marsha Milam.
Wow.
Yeah, another music booker around town, actually. She actually is an extraordinaire. She's not just a music booker, but she heard about me, and then there I was 2 days later on stage. And then we ran into each other same night in the bathroom. That was pretty funny. So we just kind of happenstance, like serendipitous, met each other. But I think even if that wouldn't have happened, I would have met her. We have a lot of the same friends. So.
Yes. Yeah, right when we opened up at the new location, on all the Blue Mondays, she'd say, we're going to put Jackie on this show. She's going to come play a few songs with Derek O'Brien.
Yep.
And was such a big champion of yours. And then soon enough, we started putting your own shows on down there and filling up the club. And so this is kind of the next step.
I think it is. And it's a big step for me because I grew up in this town. So I've seen a lot of things here. Seen a lot of shows here. And I've spent a little bit of time on the stage, but I've not ever headlined, so it means a lot.
You've been putting out EPs, and is this the first full length that you've put out in a little while?
Yeah, it's been a while. I released my first full length in 2013, I think, 2014, so about 5 years ago. And it wasn't the same. It was a full length album technically, but I wasn't in the same headspace, and I wasn't the same guitar player. I'm a different guitar player now, and I'm also a different writer. So I really think that this record is my real coming out party. I really do feel that way about it, and the way the chips are falling with landing this place for the release, and just the way everything's falling into place, it truly feels like a actual coming out party. Whereas the previous projects felt like I was still building.
Right.
You know.
Well, when we were putting it together, I was thinking, man, Jackie filling up the Paramount, it sounds great, but I just don't know if we can do it right now. And then we put it on sale, and no hype. We've been selling tickets every day. We filled up the floor and the mezzanine so far. It's just the balcony tickets that are left. So it's like a Field of Dreams kind of thing, but it's
kind of is, so. Yeah.
And you talk about your guitar playing. As of a week ago now, you're what'd you win, best guitarist in Austin or top?
That was crazy.
Good timing too.
When it rains, it pours, right?
Yes.
Good or bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's been a crazy year. Last year was a lot of building, and it was a lot of work. And it feels like when I was in the thick of it last year, it felt like it was never ending and it was never going to turn into anything. Mm-hmm. And this year, all of the stuff that I toiled over last year is now coming around, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the timing of it is really interesting. And also, it's giving me a lot of perspective. It's like, look, sometimes you're gonna have to work really hard, and sometimes it feels like you're getting kicked when you're down. But the point is just to keep working, because it really does come around eventually.
So for folks who've seen you before, what will be different about this show and this record? And then for people who've never seen you live before, why should they spring and come see this particular show?
Well, I don't think that they'd be springing too much. We kept the ticket prices pretty reasonable.
Yes,
so
true.
No matter what, you're going to see some pretty great music for a pretty great price. So we'll start there. But for the people who've seen me before, I would say I've grown a lot. The production on this record is far beyond anything that I've ever been capable of before. A lot of the reason why is because I met a new producer, Frenchie, Chris
Right.
Frenchie Smith over at the Bubble Inn. And having a producer, having another mind that works with mine, but also brings new ideas to the table, it's the sound, it even shocks me. Like when I listen to the record now, I'll listen to it just because I finished it and I want to listen to it, right? And it shocks me even to hear it.
Yeah,
and
cool.
It's like a new chapter. So for the people who have seen me before, it's a new chapter. For the people who haven't seen me before, they're coming in on one of the most exciting chapters of the book.
Yeah. Well, I know Susan is proud, and all of us at Antone's are proud to see you kind of moving up to a larger venue, and it's really perfect having you here at the Paramount. So we're just real excited and looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too, man. Especially the after party at Antone's.
That is very important. Yes, well,
Very
we have to
important.
remind people of that. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Just a couple blocks away. So.
Couple blocks. You can
Yes.
just walk right over, man.
Yes. All right. Thanks, Jackie.
Thanks.